Look, often in everyday life, in everyday conversations, people say things like, "Kijk, he's an adult, you're an adult, it's time for you to grow up, kijk, or it's too late to grow up, or something about growing up." But one way or another, I've noticed that people very rarely put any truly specific meaning into these words. And if you ask someone what they mean by adult, most often you'll get some very vague philosophizing. That's why I decided to offer you my own definition, a working definition of the term adult, what it actually means. And maybe you'll find it useful. So look, over the course of a person's life, often, almost always, especially in an active, fulfilling life, a person accumulates a huge number of self-images or self-classes, concepts as they're called in English, self-representations. What do I mean by that? Every single person has their own family self. A work self, a self with colleagues, a self with people, with friends, a self with strangers, a self with children, and this list can go on endlessly. And an adult is someone who has a large number of these selves. And these selves are effective. What do I mean by the word effective? I mean that in each of these roles, in each of these images, a person successfully achieves their goals. That's what I call effective. So that's basically it. By the way, interestingly, studies have been conducted. If I don't forget, I'll attach a link to them, to these studies, in the description of the video. These studies were conducted quite a while ago, and it was observed that if a person has many selves, the number of these selves positively correlates with well-being, with quality of life. That is, if a person has many selves and they do not contradict each other, which is also very important, these selves should not contradict one another. They should not be in conflict. So if they are not in conflict and there are many of them, then most likely the person lives a happy, fulfilling life. And that's why I suggest using exactly this term as a way to describe growing up. This is very easy to apply in practice because often we see, for example, a child who is not mature because he only has the self that exists within his family. He communicates little with people outside the family, so his effective self exists only within the boundaries of his family. Then he might start going to school or interacting with other children on the playground. He might join some club, a sports club or something else, and he will start to develop new selves. And as he learns to effectively achieve goals within these selves, he will mature. So there's no need to rush growing up, but it is necessary to grow up and to do it well. You need to do it wisely, carefully, and effectively. That's all. A short video for today.